Hello, it's Coco. It's Coco. Hello, Coco. Hi, my name is Chris, CryptoFitUK, and this is Coco. This is probably the flappiest ears you'll ever see in your life. It's absolutely beautiful, absolutely adorable. You want to go? You want to play? Okay. Beautiful dash out. Ooh. Guys, today I want to go into a little bit of a deep dive about me and I want to give some goals and some targets for myself over the next year. Now, obviously, I've been doing YouTube for a little bit over 18 months now. Coco? Nope. Been doing YouTube for a little bit over 18 months. And I've been talking passionately about new crypto projects, some of which have failed. And some of which have grown to be brilliant, just like the growth of the Bulls project on the VaporDex.io, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But today I'm going to be a little bit selfish and I'm going to talk about a little bit about me, who I am, who I was, and who I intend to be. And it's kind of a bit of a growth thing. So I've set myself some real big targets and I really want to kind of just, vocalize them, put them up on YouTube, be held accountable to them. I want to make sure that my image is as positive as it can be. Now, I've had a lot of failures in my life. If you don't know anything about me, my name CryptoFit is for a reason. In a previous life, I was a personal trainer. I took that passion for personal training. I helped out hundreds of people. I had a gym in Kent in the UK and I had an amazing venue. I had pretty much everything that I could possibly want. I had the really posh laptop, I had the really nice home, and I had a really great business. And through one thing and another, it's not just that, but COVID came in, destroyed my gym and my business, and I ended up getting ousted out of my own company, a little bit like Steve Jobs did, and I've pretty much been in recovery ever since. Now, I know what it's like to have money. I've had it. I could go into any restaurant where I used to live and people would recognize me, find me a seat. And I've gone through that experience and I enjoyed every single moment of it. And ever since losing that, I have pretty much become I'm not proud to say this, but a shadow of myself. And probably about 6 or 7 years ago, I wouldn't have believed much in mental health at all. I wouldn't have actually, I would say that it was something that you could just snap out of. But after losing as much as what I did, it was probably close on £1.5 million worth of businesses and Mercedes-Benz, lovely house, and being screwed over by pretty much everybody that I could possibly be in contact with. And I had all of the best intentions to make sure that I had enough legacy income. And literally inside of about 3 days, it literally went like a snap of a finger. And then a really big divorce happened with me. I have 2 beautiful boys, Lewis and Theo, and I haven't had the greatest opportunity to see them. I met my new partner, Fiona, about 3 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. We've been living just for over 3 years now, and we've had to cope with quite a lot. Those businesses were turning over a great deal of money a month, maybe £30,000 or £40,000 a month, and that was good. But the costs were exceptionally high, and then COVID came in to basically cripple us. So, just going on to the whole kind of mental health, it was a hard thing to move up from. So I spent about 2 years at that point in recovery, going through the antidepressants, not really doing anything because I didn't have any belief in myself, which was kind of hard because I was the one that always motivated people to go out and do things. I did a bunch of videos with Leo Batchelor, which I'll tag below, and it was a much different person that was in those videos than it was today. A shout out to her if she's still doing the videos, but I'll link them below. To give you a bit of idea about the reach of what I was getting, I was on a radio show pretty much every other week. I was doing talks at very big conventions. I was very widely respected in the gym space and the gym sphere, I loved working out. I absolutely love working out, and I can go into a gym now and I could pretty much work out whether they're making a profit or a loss based on roughly knowing how many members they've got. It was a wonderful experience, and I don't regret not doing that. So just been about screwed around in everything that's been there. So I'm a fully qualified personal trainer. I also had qualifications in teaching personal trainers, along with just about every specialist qualification that you can possibly think of. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Now, I'm starting at 301, 302 subscribers. I currently have exactly 76p in my bank account, and I made a decision last night that this is never going to happen again. This is not going to be my life ever again, and I'm basically starting an absolute clean sheet. Now, everything that I had in the past has been cleaned and wiped down. I tried doing a construction company a little while ago, over the last 18 months to 2 years. That massively failed inside of 18 minutes, but I managed to turn over about £120,000. Not a lot of it was profit, if at all. I had members of staff, I had other directors, and that just completely failed. And I ended up in a worse off position than I actually started. So to basically say that this is at zero, I'm completely at zero, is an accurate representation of where I am. In fact, if anything, I've got a couple of small credit cards, but effectively all I'm doing at the moment is keeping myself quiet, out of trouble, and I have done that for the last year and a half. Unfortunately, it's not exactly great, and in my last 3 or 4 months I've learned that it may not have been fully my fault, although I take responsibility for who I am and what I am. But I'm currently going through a diagnosis for bipolar disorder, which probably explains a lot of things that has happened and that I haven't been able to stop or haven't started correctly, and it affects everything from my sleep to how I communicate. And it's now a process now of going through a couple of years of therapists and medications just to get everything right and get myself back to being me, which is a positive change. And the biggest part of moving forward from any problem is knowing that you are possibly the problem, and I've had to come to terms with that. So I've kind of asked the old me about what I would do and how I would start, and is about getting reignited with my passions. And obviously my passions are cryptocurrencies and fitness and my family, not necessarily in that order. Now, my dreams and my visions are big, and I've wrote them down, and there's a lot of things that I want to do still within my life. I'm 38. It feels like I've had a midlife crisis for the last 3 years. However, I'm declaring it gone. So my mental health journey is right at the very beginning, unfortunately. Now, as I said, I kind of, about 6 years ago, I wouldn't have believed that mental health was an issue. You go through losing £1.5 million worth of businesses, and you go through a really heavy divorce, and then you don't get to see your biological kids, and then you have to deal with what you do next and how you start that journey. I've made a load of mistakes on the way through there. Now, just to change it up a little bit, the old me would say that fail, it means the first attempt in learning. and I've said in previous videos that I absolutely love failure, and because you learn the most out of yourself. However, I didn't. I buried my head in the sand a lot, and I didn't really hold myself accountable for a load of things. But here are my goals. At the moment, we're currently in rented accommodation. We need to move to something a little bit bigger. We want to take our family, babies with us, which is all 4 of our dogs, our 3 cats. We are a mental health family. We have 2 kids here that have varying different levels of autism, along with my mental health issues. I have a stepdaughter, 2 stepsons. And stepping up to be a stepdad to them is really important. And I probably admit that I haven't been the right person, to be with them, particularly my partner. So, they've all stood beside me, and they've all, helped me out in every particular way. And, it's a case now of coming to a level of recovery. So, here's my short-term goals. My short-term goals is to get to 1,000 subscribers. I want to be producing content 3 or 4 times a week. I want to be talking about my beloved crypto projects that I've got in the works, and ones that I'm keeping an eye out for now. The current project that I'm in deeply on at the moment is Vaporify. I've got VPMD, which is a really big node. I assume it's a really big node. Currently sitting at 300,000 on that node. Just to give you an idea, it probably only produces about 49-50 cents worth of income a day. But with the new projects that are coming on at the moment, we've got we've had the cock token, and now we've got geniusly the balls token, BAWLS, which I'm very deep into at the moment, which is really good. I'm really enjoying the the constant jokes with that at the moment. Really great team. The contract is renounced, so it's completely community driven. The marketing and advertising isn't taken through the tokens. It is not a donation. It's basically the community that are bringing it up. Nobody's got a real big stake in it. There's no one owner. Whoever's got tokens is effectively an owner of the token, which is something I like. And nobody can just, the contract's renounced, so it can't just literally just go like that, which is wonderful to see, because I've been involved in other bigger projects that the contract wasn't, and it's now, gone and dead. So what I want you to do is I want you to have a look at the Bulls token. It's done amazing. So I'm having a look at the chart here. It is dancing between 7 and 8 zeros. Now at the moment it's got it's 0.000001003. We were at 8 or 9 digits just only a day ago. The project's only been going for a little bit over 2 days now, yeah, it's absolutely looking amazing. I keep on refreshing my screen and liking what I'm seeing. Liquidity is currently sitting at 120,000, and the market cap is looking at like it should breach 1 million in a very, very short space of time. So check out the Twitter, check out Discord, and get involved with that. Now back to my script. Now, I need your support. I need your support. I mean, ever since I got divorced, I have lost more than what I have gained. And if you want to help me out and like and support this channel, I'm going to be using this channel as an accountability to myself, not only for trying to find a different path, but not really to rest on my laurels at the moment. So I'm going to be sharing my journey as I go through. I think the next stage is going to be finding a job that I can slot into that has a fitness element, whether that be going back to personal training or going back into some kind of exercise referral, kind of physiotherapy kind of treatment area. And I am trying to do that. The next bit is I'm trying to make sure that I operate within my own mental capability. I know that you probably hear what I'm saying and think, you know what, this Chris is a really smart guy. He's very articulate. He can explain exactly what he's going through. However, I do have difficulties with it, and you have to catch me at the right moment so that I can actually properly, you know, tell you my story. Now, to say that this is a very dark place at the moment is absolutely correct, you know, and to start from literally 76p in a bank account is really hard. All I've got is my legacy crypto, which is little bits of smatterings of this, that, and the other. And when you come into great projects like Vapor and VaporFi, the Vapor Dex, and you have a look at all of these brand new tokens that are really hitting up the AVAX market, I think AVAX will be amazingly brilliant in 2024. I think that the AVAX token will probably hit $80 to $100 quite easily this year. And I reckon the Bulls token could hit, you know, even 4 zeros, which will probably mean, you know, 100 times my bag on that one, which would actually be about absolutely amazing. Now, bizarrely, I just watched a video from Matt Does Fitness, and he started his channel about 10 years ago, and he's showing him he's finishing off a place. I don't know where he's got the land, but he's finishing off this massive mansion. But he has a very good manner and demeanor about him, and I've been watching his videos. I've also been watching a lot of videos to kind of ignore my, it's a coping mechanism to ignore my anxiety that I've had, particularly at night time. A couple of shout outs. I'd love to give the shout outs to the Y-Files. I'd love to give a shout out to everything that AJ and Hecklefish does, because they have kept me from, you know, I love their fringe topics. I'm definitely a conspiracy theory guy. Definitely would love to see all of these fringe topics come up. And there's another guy called Matt Armstrong. Now, Matt Armstrong, he does these car restoration videos, and I absolutely love watching the 20-minute individual segments that he does, and then he smooshes it all together into one massive video, and I absolutely love that. So I really want you to be on my journey, and I really would love for you to hit the like, share, and subscribe. If you feel like you want to buy me a coffee, there's a buy me a coffee link at the bottom of the video, or I'll put it around here. And I'm going to keep you up to date with all the projects that I'm getting involved with, all of the other guys that I'm getting on with, as far as the other projects go. And from me and Coco, from my family to yours, have an amazing rest of 2023. If you've had a bad one, just delete it, start again for 2024, because that's only starting next week. It's Chris from CryptoFitUK. Hope you have an amazing time over the New Year's holiday break, and I'll be back with you very shortly. Have an amazing one. Cheers.